Hello everybody. Hopefully my audio doesn't go all wonky this time, as I don't normally do tons of streaming from this location by myself. Normally we're streaming with David. Hopefully everyone's doing well tonight. I am starting the Voron. I'm just trying to get a few things organized here so that I don't get interrupted. We are going to start the Voron assembly for the frame tonight. So I got a few different camera views set up. I got a bit of a work area set up, and hopefully I can monitor the stream that's going on, and I also will try to monitor my audio and make sure that it doesn't die on me. Hopefully, if anyone has joined us, I know this is our new time. I'm a little early. I meant to do it at 7, so I'm just gonna riff for a bit and make sure everything is stable before I get started. Let's try some of my camera views. So I've got, hey, how you guys doing? I'm going to try a couple of my views here. Oh, that one changed size. Zoop. Here's my desktop view, and got my other view. So, hey Stig. Yeah, I'm a little early, so I'm not going to rush to get started. I'm just making sure everything's working. But it's probably really early for you there. So yeah, so tonight or this morning, wherever you are, I'm going to start the Voron assembly. So I've got my assembly guide. I actually printed a paper copy off, and then we can kind of see what's going on. And I've got all my parts. I don't have the printed parts yet, so David is thankfully working on that. We set up a printer in an insulated 3 in the morning. Whew. You're a trooper there, Stig. So we set up an insulated enclosure at his house, and we are working on printing the parts. My camera's not coming back. Stupid thing. Come on, camera. Alright, well, I guess I'll just stick with this view. I don't know why my camera's not coming back on the other one, but whatever. So, I've got my build area. I went through and inventoried all my parts. So I've separated them out. I've got all the acrylic pieces, but I'm just going to set those aside for now because we're most likely not going to be getting to that tonight. I got various screws, got wires and kit, so I've separated everything out. And everything came in a kit. This was a kit from AliExpress. I went through, and it does have like all the parts. It looks, I think I was missing a thermistor. This is what I was missing. So I'll put all the screws because I know we're going to need them back here. And we got a Raspberry Pi, a genuine Raspberry Pi. We got some Big Tree Tech. This one is the SKR Mini E3 V2. So that's what they included in the kit because I believe that's what for the V0 they spec. So we got that. What else do we have here? We got a whole bunch of stuff. So we got the power supply. Set that aside. Got some plastic standoffs. We got the drag chain. The Z rod. We got some cable management, power cable, steppers, and oh boy, look at how cute these are. Like, these are these are tiny. Like, look at them in relation to the nippers. Like, isn't that amazing how small these are? I couldn't believe how small they are. So we got those, PTFE tube, and what we need today, we need all of the extrusion. So we'll get all the extrusion out. Make sure, I know we have it all, but we'll get it all out, sort through it, figure out what we need for this section of the build. I don't think we need any of the motors. I think we need any of this. So I'm just going to set this aside. And we'll pull out the manual. Now, I put it in black and white, but they kind of indicate everything you need. Now, they have a guide here and a tool that you can print to guide on drilling all the holes. But we don't need to do that because I do believe these all come pre-drilled. So that is good. Alright. So we should have a set of 200s that and there should be another set of 200s with holes in it. So let's take a look. If they don't have holes in it, I'm going to be surprised because I thought they were pre-drilled. If they're, ooh, look at that, we got a hole. So let's set a single hole. Set that aside, single hole. Single hole. No hole. Two holes. There's one of the ones we need. No holes. No holes. No holes. Single hole. Different single hole. This one has a single hole further to the end. So let's see what we got here. Two holes. No holes. So a lot of this is just going to be sorting. Oh, single hole. And so we have so far 4 with the hole at the one end here. Alright. And now we have another one that matches, and I believe that's going to be for the print bed. So we need 2 of these. This is the bed assembly. Okay, yeah, but we're not doing the bed right now. We're going to do the frame. So we don't have the printed parts, so I gotta skip to the main frame assembly. frame assembly. Alright, so that is that piece. We're not going to need that. Oh, darn it. I don't have some of the printed parts. Well, this is going to be a very boring stream if I can't assemble anything. Yeah, they want you to assemble the... Yeah, I need the rear parts that David's printing before I get going on the assembly part. Alright. Well, that's not going to be very helpful for tonight. Well, I guess we can improvise. I will show you some of the stuff I'm doing and design. So let's go to the desk view. Since unfortunately, so Stig, you'll recognize this. This is the orbiter. So this is printer mods MDD version 1.3, and I've made a mount system for it to mount to this direct drive mod, and I can put the regular stock hot end on here and regular stock flange shroud on here and mount this right onto the ender. So that will be the first test for the orbiter, and we will get that going right away. I'm also, maybe you guys will recognize this. So this is a, unfortunately, a clone mosquito, but I am just working on early stages of a development for, and let's see if I can go to this camera. Whoa, hopefully I won't make you guys sick. So the plan is to take this guy. I've developed a mount that will mount right onto there. So I'll take this whole piece off, and this will go right against the frame here. It'll be at the same stock height, and then I just need a cooling fan, and this will be my my CR10 V2 mounting system. At least that will be the plan. I'm going to switch cameras back to desk view. Oops, I got to find the right, there we are. So yeah, so that is the plan for this one. So we can test out these two extruders. So I've just in the development stage of this mount. Let me bring up my Fusion, and maybe we can share my screen. I think this has to be up here though for me to share my screen. So hopefully my audio is still working because I'm moving stuff around. Let's see if I can do screen share. Whoa, there it is. All right. So this is just a quick view of the pieces. So I've got the top piece all designed and the bottom piece, and how I did this was I downloaded a model of the mount, got that, figured out all the holes I was going to use, and then I loaded in the wheels and the V-slot so I could get a good idea of proportions, distance, and everything when it was all mounted on the printer. Then I added the orbiter in, and then I basically designed off of this plate around the orbiter to get everything proportioned right. And then I also added in the stock heat break to make sure that everything aligned correctly. And so far, it aligns pretty good. I've done some testing, but I haven't put it on the printer yet. So that is the next step, is to get it on the printer. Once I've validated the design and everything works, my spacers work, and no modifications needed for BL Touch or anything, then what I'll do is I'll put these on my Thingiverse and make them available to everybody, so that all of you can, if you want, use a similar design if you have an Ender. This is for an Ender 3 Pro. So this is my Ender 3 Pro over here. I'm just going to flip cameras. Boop, 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 if I get my right tripod view. Pew. Here's my Ender 3 Pro. Oh. It's kit. So we just need to get this installed on here. And the way I designed it was that it can go all the way over to here without impacting the frame. And the only thing I might have to do is my nice little kit, Knight Industries logo up at the top there. I may have to move the screws to the back so that it's out of the way when it comes to the top, because I don't know if I quite have enough clearance to miss the top in it. So that is the plan for that guy. Any questions? Yeah, that's the one you showed on Discord, right? That you're printing all the PETG and whatnot in. Hopefully the background noise isn't too bad. I think my wife turned on the vacuum. So sorry about that if it's a little loud. So Stig, how's that been holding up? You've been printing quite a bit. I know you were moving locations back and forth with some renos and stuff, getting some stuff set up. So is that going well for you? I'm going to switch cameras again if I can find my camera. Boop, boop, boo. Main view. Why is... There we go. Hey, I got my camera back. Yeah, so unfortunately, I don't know why this thing's acting funny. David is busy tonight. His wife's birthday is tonight, so they're busy. So otherwise, he would be here. The PETG printer is working like a charm. Good. I found the speed limit. Oh, what's your speed limit? So I have a Thingiverse profile. Yep. But I don't have. What I don't have is I don't have the. I don't have this one on there yet because it's still in beta, prototyping it. And this one, again, still beta. I just got it built, so I haven't got that going yet. But I will. It might be in the show notes or the comments down below, the little notes for the stream. So it's possible they're in there, but I will put it in chat. So, are you thinking of getting a volcano? So, which one do you like, the orbiter or the Bontac? The orbiter is definitely a little bit lighter than the Bontac. Um, yeah, a volcano definitely would help. There's a few other hot ends too. Yeah, the orbiter is pretty cool, and it's so tiny, and it gets really good torque. So I'm really looking at forward to playing with it. So this one I will be putting on my Thingiverse as soon as I validated that it works good. Um, and any modifications or whatever. And when I put it up, I always put the fusion files and step files there. So if you ever want to, modify this, I'll have those there too, so that it's easier because everyone has different ways of how they want to maybe mount the BL Touch or mount whatever. I'm sticking with the stock BL Touch mount on this side, so it's going to come off of this side just as normal. Um, and then the stock Fran shroud, I've got an offset here and whatnot, so that the BL Touch will go behind this offset, and then the fan shroud will go on here but stand out just a little bit, so that I can have the stock cooling and whatnot. I plan on maybe reworking the cooling because definitely I don't. The stock cooling's just it's fine. Like it works pretty good, but I think I want to, because I'm going to go switch this out to an all metal at some point. Um, I'll probably want to change out my cooling if I'm doing PETG and whatnot. Yeah. So the we have the Legend. I think you know that Stig, and it has a knockoff volcano in it, and it's quite a bit larger melt zone. And that's one of the things we're going to try once we get all these direct drives set up and we're kind of testing them. Um, we want to try to calibrate and make sure that we understand the melting. Stefan, I should say, at CNC Kitchen, did a really good video on different melting and how larger melt zones work for different temperatures and strength of material and whatnot. So that's a really good reference video if you want to get a good idea of what kind of materials melt at what temperatures. He has a good kind of range of materials that he tests, um, and I definitely think I want to try um, some other materials, but I want to get set up for so I can print ABS, and that was actually why we've started with the Voron. It's small, but most of the parts I want to print are going to be smaller ABS parts. So to start with, I'm going to build the Voron, and then I'm going to zero. Then I'm going to build a Voron 2.4, printing the parts on the Voron 0. So that's the plan. So the 0 is going to turn into 2.4, and then we can work on some other stuff. I use a Triangle Labs V6, and it works really good, but it can't melt the filament fast enough above 100. Yeah, any V6, because your heat block's only so big, you're not going to melt. Something like the Mosquito, even its heat block, how it does a really good job. But if you need the bigger the performance heat break, so that you have the larger melting zone, to just get that little extra performance out of it. So yeah, you may want to do a volcano, and then you'll have to modify the height of your stuff and your cooling and everything. I I I like the switchwire mod that they have on the Voron's users group on GitHub. It looks pretty cool, the mod they did for it. So I think that would be a really good project. Um, First things first, though, I want to get this done. Once this is done, we've already started kind of the preliminary planning to take our um, legend. It's kind of an Ender-esque. It's the Big Tree Tech um, printer, and I would like to convert that one. We've got. Let me grab it. We have the Big Tree Tech RepRap firmware E3 with the IDEX board. So I want to get this hooked up so that we can do IDEX on that. But now that the more research I've been doing, I think I would like to modify that printer to go with the two lead screws instead of the single lead screw, because the two lead screws will give a little more stability when we have the extra extruder and extra X carriage motor on the other end. So I'm going to do that. I'm printing afterburner setup for my Ender 3 now. Nice. Yeah, the afterburner is pretty nice. I'm looking forward to getting some printing. I saw on AliExpress they have some CNC'd parts for Voron now, but they're like, it's like $600 for all of the parts. That's just for the aluminum parts that you could 3D print. So it's kind of interesting. I don't know what the tolerances are and whatnot, but that's kind of cool. Um, I'm not complaining because it is giving me good prints, but I have to drop the speed to 90 millimeters. You know what? 90 millimeters a second's not too shabby, really. That's pretty good. You know, I mean, you look at some of the Vhort or the Hovort and some of the other ones, and holy cow, they're just printing, like crazy fast. Their accelerations are up to just nuts. Voron says not to use them. Yeah, I don't know what the quality would be like, right? Because yes, they might have taken the 3D printed part and then uh, just CNC'd it, right? But you need CNCing a part and 3D printing a part are different. There's different ways you have to do it for stuff to fit right and whatnot. So it'd be kind of interesting. 2800K, 2800, eh? That's pretty good. It's pretty good. David is just finishing up the video on the closed loop steppers. So that'll be his next video that is coming out. And I am working on these here. So I don't know if I should go into showing you how I designed them, or if I should just go through the install and show you them in action and you do that as the video. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't firmly decided. And if anyone knows a good cooling duct that might work good on a Mosquito with a Bondtech, I really would I'm trying to find a good one, or I might have to just design one from scratch. Um, and I think I'm going to move this fan to this side so that I can have all the cooling coming down from the front and then the side, so that this side's fairly kind of free on the printer, but not entirely sure yet for that one. What are you guys been printing? Slimgig, what's the last thing you printed? And Stig, what's the last thing you printed? I've been doing prototyping. These are my first go around, or third go around, I think, when I was testing. Oh, I do have a little sneak peek. So, being that I'm doing a Voron, and Hero Me Gen 5. I have not looked at that. I'll have to look at it. Yeah, Afterburner. Nice. I'm going to go to my overhead cam. Desk. Where's desk view 2? No, desk view. There we are. So, because I'm doing a Voron, see if it'll focus. Come on. There we are. Oh, I'll turn it around so you can read it. I've got myself an accelerometer and gyroscope, so I can hook it up with the unit and get the frequency of my printer, so I can do the pressure advance. So that is the latest toy that I just got, which is gonna go on the axis of the Core XY, and we're gonna tune it up. Nero did that on his channel, so it looked like a good idea. So I thought that is what I should get, and it was only like $6. So if anyone wants to try one of these, it's like $6, worth it. You do have to put on clipper and play with that, but I want to experiment with that too. Printable stackable boxes plus an Xbox wall mount for a friend. Oh, cool. Now, Stig, weren't you setting up your starting in the starting process of a makerspace? Is that right? Or is that still on the books? Because that looks like it might be a good thing, very good community building thing. Because that was one of your plans, was it not, Stig? I have not opened these yet, so I think I want to see how these work. Yes, but still have Corona and its virus here. Yeah, it's going strong here too. Nice. And the accelerometer. Yeah, the accelerometer is going to be cool. So, yeah, I think we all have to wait. We can't even. I just redid the roof on my camper, and rebuild some of the walls because we picked it up and it was semi-rotted out, so I had to rebuild it. And it's supposed to go out to our camping spot that we're gonna just leave it there. Well, they won't let us into the next province. So don't know when that's going to happen, but maybe. Yeah, Clipper is going to be really cool. I can't wait to try it out. But I thought, since we can't mount these yet, let's see how good they are and how good the movement is. I haven't played with. I need something a little bit sharper than these to get into this. There we go. Alrighty. There we go. Now I'm debating. I don't know what your thoughts are. Well, that slide's nice. Look at that. Doesn't feel too greasy. Here, let's see. Sounds good too. Like, these are so tiny. But, oh man, that's smooth. I've never had linear rails on a printer before. Ooh, that's gonna be nice. I'm really excited. This is gonna be so fun. So much fun. I don't know if there's anything else I can show you. This is going to be the V0, not the V0.1. Set it up in an old bank vault. That's cool. Nice. Let's go back to my main view. Yay, it's still there. Alright, so yeah, high wind rails. I don't think these are high wind. They were high wind are normally have the green carriages, but they're definitely not high wind. But they seem like they're like they look. Oh, let me switch cameras back. Like the. See if I can get it to focus. There we are. Like quality is no, not too bad. Line focus. There we go. But you can see there, like it's really smooth. But they're not high wind. I wish they were high wind, but that's not what was spec'd in the kit. I do have my list here. So I went through the entire list. They printed it off and just verified that all the parts were there, and they definitely were all there. So there's just stainless steel linear rails, no name. They don't list them as high wind, unfortunately. That would be very nice, but they are not. Yeah. All right. What else do we have? So yeah. So I'll be working on the two mounts, and I'll get those out right away. And yeah, they seem very smooth. Like there's no crunchiness. Like I've heard nightmare stories that some people have the rails that are you roll them along, they're really stiff and crunchy. Alex did a really good video on cleaning and prepping your rails and whatnot. I even have a somewhere here. I even have an ultrasonic bath here that I could clean them up and everything. But they are like very smooth. Like I'm I'm very impressed. So it's my this will be my first experience with linear rails. So and then I'll move up to the bigger boy in the 2.4 for those rails, and then we'll go from there. So see how it goes. Um, I have some new boards coming. Um, the Our friend Vince, he took my SKR V2, and it's revision A, so it's the defective one. He took the MOSFET off for me. He's got a full reflow kit with hot air soldering and everything. So he was kind enough to pull that off and then solder it up, and so it's all ready for use, and it's not going to fry any of my steppers. So that's good. So I got that coming up. I've got a spider coming, and I'm thinking the spider or and I got an octopus coming. David doesn't know that. Now he does. If he watches this, David, surprise, I got an octopus coming. So I've got an octopus and I've got a spider coming. So I'm going to do a comparison on both of those when they come in, and just look at the overall quality of the build of the boards and compare them and contrast them. I do like the variable fan voltages on the spider. That looks really cool. David's also doing up our second podcast. So our first episode, if you hadn't caught it, David and I have started a 3D printing podcast. It's 3D Make It. You can search it up on your favorite podcast, and this episode we discuss the SKR2. We talk about the spider board and the octopus, and we talk about, what else do we talk about on that episode? We talk about a number of stuff, but yeah, it's not too long. It's kind of a hour-ish, and it's just us going over the different aspects of those. So I have tested it. It seems to work all right. I am debating on where to put it. Where should I put it? You're here. Let's talk. Where should I put this? Should I put this in my Ender 3, or should I put it in the CR10? If I put in the CR10, I'm going to be using both boards because I need to use the second stepper. So, what do you think? Which printer should I put the rep in? It was easy to configure. It took a little while to get used to setting up the rep file system, but once you've got that down, that's not too bad. The configurator, they've been improving it. It keeps getting better on how you can configure things. And your vote is the Ender. But I got the fly board. So see, the Ender doesn't need extra stepper drivers, right? It only needs the 4. It doesn't need 6. So I don't know if I want to put it in the Ender. I guess I could, if I do multi-material, I could use the other steppers for that, like with a Y nozzle. But I do have the other option, which I was thinking, is the fly board. Now this fly board supposedly can be expanded because it has the adapter on the back, and it only has 4 steppers. So this one would be perfect. I need more printers. Yeah, then I'll need a good divorce lawyer too, because I don't think my wife wants me to. I just went down a printer. I don't think she wants me to get too many more printers. Um, she already calls David my second wife. So any more printers would be bad. So, but yeah. So I'm thinking I might put this one in there. I'm not sure. One of these I think will go in there. Then I'm going to take the SKR. I have a 1.4 turbo in there. I can pull that out and put it back in. I don't know where. See, I'm going to have extra boards. I don't know. Because I've got the Spider coming. So that the Spider might go into. I don't know. Too many boards. So I've got a Voron that I have to build, right? So that's what the Spider or the Octopus is going to go into the Voron 2.4, but I have to get the V0 done first. So I don't know. Both of them will fit in there nice. Both of them, I've actually set both of them up for the Ender. So technically I should just be able to plop it in, do some tweaking, and away we go. This one cannot run Marlin though. Whereas this one can run Marlin, Clipper, and RepRap. So this might be the better one to put in the Ender. I agree, because then I can do the Clipper, and then I can do everything on it. Unless I put this in the V0. Because then I can still run Clipper on it. See, I just don't know. Too many choices. Too many choices. I don't know. But we got. I gotta get the extruders out of the way first because we want to get those going. I've got the new hot end, which I can put in because I haven't done that yet. Well, let's switch cameras and we'll put in the thermistor. Why don't we do that? Well, that sounds like a plan. Desk view. All right. All right. So I've got a new cartridge here, and I'm not sure which side I should put the cartridge. Oh, that's too big. Can I zoom in a bit? Yeah, is that better? Because then you can see it up close? Probably. So I need to put a little thermal paste on there, but I think that's going to run up the back. Then I got my high temp thermistor cartridge. We'll go into here. And then we'll get that all put in and going. And there we go. Make sure you don't turn anything on, please. Yeah. Alright. My wife's just on the other side of the wall. I believe she's looking at laundry. So there we go. So that'll be the on end for the CR10. Just got to figure out the cable management. I think it works fine up the back there. Should probably do some sort of loop at the back here to cable tie it, and then yeah, I think that'll work good. More printers, you need more space. Yep. I'll get at least 10 Ender 3 Pros. Yeah, they're good. We've actually been for our courses that we are doing. Like tomorrow, we're having a intro to 3D printing course. Dave and I are hosting it. Again, it's for the school district. We've got 10 participants that couldn't come to the first course. So they will be there for the second one. We're assembling an Ender 3 V2. The V2 is quite nice, Stig. The only thing I don't like is the glass bed on it is not high quality. I much prefer the flexible PEI sheets. So I would say that's the only thing that I would change on the V2. The screen works fine, and the board. It's so nice to have silent steppers. The E3 V2. It's such a big difference on a printer when when you've got a silent board, and the stock board is fine. Like it's 32-bit. It's not UART mode, so the stepper drivers, if you have to muck with them, you'll have to manually tweak that. So if you want UART, then you'd have to swap out the board. But it is a little bit nicer because all of the electronics, power supply, and everything are below the printer. You don't have the power supply up the back on the side anymore. So if you wanted to add an IDEX kit with a second lead screw, you don't have to modify it as much. You just basically need the printer hardware, and it has a nice little drawer in it too for storing stuff. So that's currently what, because the one place we normally get the Ender 3 Pros, he's not stocking them anymore. He's just stocking the V2s, so which is fine. The V2 is a rock solid so far printer. It's slight tweaks to the Ender 3 Pro. So if you like the Pro, the V2 should be right up your alley, except it's silent steppers and whatnot. But you switched out your board, didn't you, Stig? It's not the stock board anymore. I think you did you put a Big Tree Tech board in there? Can't remember. Because I think you told us at one point. All right. Well, got 15 minutes. It's unfortunate I couldn't put this together without those parts. These are threaded though. And these look like they were anodized after all the millwork was done, which is very nice because it keeps the quality up. E3 Mini V 1.2. Is that the dip one? Is that the one where you can change your stepper drivers, Stig? Because the newer ones, they integrated the steppers, and they haven't come out with a small dip version of it until this one. No, this one's not. The Fly is the dip version. Yeah, the Fly. That's the one thing I like about the Fly is the removable steppers. No, it has the. Oh, okay. So it's very similar to this then, where everything's already integrated in, which is fine. I mean, the boards have come down to the price where if you blow a stepper, there's a newer, fancier board out, so it's not that big a deal anymore as it was anyway. So yeah. What else do we have on the go? Besides, I got some printing to do for my trailer. I've got still some rebuild work to do on our trailer, and then I've got my rebuild of my replicator. I'm converting it to Marlin kit. Yeah, kits is my just a regular Ender 3. Ender 3 Pro, sorry. And so I think I'll probably swap. I kind of did the teaching tech. He did the case at the back that has the two modules. So one has the Pi in it and one has the board, the SKR. And so I will probably I'll probably put it in kit and get him wrapped with Marlin option and clipper. So I think that'll be a good choice. Definitely. Yeah. Well, I unfortunately my dog is barking and I'm running out of some stuff because I was so hoping to start assembly, but now that I go through the instructions a little more detailed, I need those printed parts, which David's working on. So I send him off. This one's going to be called Hulk, and it will have the green and purple and black theme on it for all the printed parts, so you can see all the black parts and the purple and green. I think it'll look pretty cool when that one's done. So that one will be Hulk, and it's going to be hilarious because it's going to be the tiniest printer imaginable, just this tiny little thing. But I'm anxious to see what kind of acceleration. Maybe I can get it to 120. Just for you, Stig, I'll try it. I'll try to get it to 120, and we'll see if we can get some solid prints out of it. David said if he got done with the birthday stuff, he might drop in, but I think he's still tied up. So I do a Hulk V0 too, even though got the purple frame. Oh, you got the purple frame. Nice. Yeah, I went with black, so so my main colors are all going to be green. And then I've got the purple and black to contrast everything, and then the top hat I think I'll leave black for his hair almost, right? And then I'll try to do maybe the bottom door hinges all around the bottom is purple, and then the top one's green, and then the top hat will be the black and clear. So at least that's the plan, Alexander. Is where that's what it's going to look like when it's done. But yeah, I think the Hulk will be cool. And my friend out in BC, he's a huge Hulk fan, so I thought, oh, that's perfect, and the color scheme just works out well. I kind of wish I had green extrusion, and then I could do green, and then the top could be black, so it's more like his head. I was thinking of 3D printing some pieces to go on the doors, so it kind of looks like his face. Yeah, we're using the eSun ABS Plus as well. Oh, hey, Charlie. My dog just came to visit me. Hey, come on. Do you want to say hi? Do you want to say hi to everyone on YouTube? Come here. Come here. Oh, I don't know if oh, here. I can do this. So this is Charlie. Whoops. Tripod. There he is. Hi, Charlie. Say hi to the camera. You're not supposed to be down here. Someone left the door open. Someone left the door open. Alright. You go out. There we go. Back to the main view. There we go. So, yeah, that was my dog. Yeah. So two different colors: green eSun ABS Plus and black ABS 2. Yeah, we have green and purple eSun ABS Plus. It was, from what I hear, it's good stuff. So looking forward to printing that. David's now just queuing it up in his garage because I can't print ABS here. I not set up, and I don't want that off gassing in the house. So we'll eventually I'll have a charcoal filter, and there's a vent just over here that I can pipe stuff outside, and then I could print that kind of stuff inside. But I want to do it safely. So, have you printed much with the eSun before, Alexander? Because I have not yet. I heard it prints actually quite nice. Stig, have you ever used any of the eSun stuff, or are you mainly PTG? I can't remember if you ever print ABS at all. Is hello, hello, sound back? I wonder how long was I without sound? Hopefully not too long, because you're talking. So the ABS, you say it prints really well. Um, um, Now, where are you located, Alexander? I know Stig's in Norway, and it's 3 a.m. for him. Where are you located? I'm in Alberta, Canada here. It's weird. The mic cuts in and out after a certain amount of time of use. It's kind of odd. I don't know why it cuts in and out after a certain amount. New Jersey, nice. Are things starting to get back to normal there in New Jersey? I know around here we're starting to get enough people vaccinated that they're hopefully talking about easing some restrictions around here. I know a lot of different states they're doing better than others. We were kind of quasi locked down for the last three weeks. restaurants only drive through and stuff like that. I got to make it out east. When all this settles down, I'll have to go out to one of the rep rap festivals. I don't, you know, I would like to try ASA, but the eSun ABS, um, and Alexander can attest to it. Um, as far as I understand, it prints really well. Um, I'm not sure. I think I'm gonna definitely try some. Yeah, yeah. We are hoping that outdoor patios, will be open um, in a couple weeks. I think it's next week. Outdoor patios will open. You still can't do in person dining inside the restaurant, but outside, apparently that's better. So that's still restricted, and we got a few other restrictions. But they're hoping by July, if we can get 80% vaccinated, then we can have maybe a nice summer. Maybe, we'll see. Well, my time is almost up. I got to go help my son with some math. He's got a math exam that he has to prep for. So, well, thanks for hanging out. I'm kind of upset that I didn't get to build my basic frame, but I got to get those first set of parts from David in the next. Hopefully by next week I'll have some of those, um, and then we can go from there. So I know there's only a couple of you here, but thanks definitely for joining. Um, Please hit that thumbs up and like button, and we're going to try to do more of these. I'll try to uh, pre-plan better so that the live stream goes a little bit smoother with actually having the parts to do the assembly. So it is what it is. But thanks for hanging out with everyone. Stig, I don't know if you're going back to bed, but hope you have a wonderful day. And 4 in the morning here. I have to get my printers going. Okay, well you get them rocking. And Alexander, thanks for showing up, and also Slim Gig, thanks for dropping by, and we will see you guys next time. Well, what is a live stream without problems, right? You can't have a live stream that goes out with no hitches. But have you guys a great rest of your week. Happy Hump Day, and we'll see you guys soon.